We have pressure change, mass shift, peak vertical forces, all kinds of different things. We have rotation, frontal plane, we have torques, we have all this stuff, and it can get super confusing. And people think it's more like a science class, and they don't really get it. And when you start to talk to them in these terms, they think they have to feel every single tiny move that's going on, and they never get it because the whole swing's like 0.7 to 0.9 of a second from beginning to end. They're thinking of all these different forces, torques, rotations, fire the club, get the arm down here. They can't do it in time. So one drill that I came up with, and it was more by accident, is just the amount of people that tell me they have to keep their head down. Like, I have to keep my head down. Oh, I peaked. And they're doing it, and then I start to notice the masses of high handicappers are trying to stay down, and it's killing them. And when I start to get them, I just say, just stand tall. I want you to get as tall as you can. Because when you're staying down this golf ball, I'm like, go really slow and try to stay down. What happens? They all of a sudden see, oh, I got a chicken wing to get there. I can't get it. When you have to start to go up to let the arms extend into the golf ball to really put that charge through, to get the grip to start to come up so the club head passes it and picks up speed. And then so what I do is I say, just stand tall. Just get as tall as you can when they're going through, and they look at me, they're like, you're insane. I got to keep my head down. Like, just humor me, just hit one. So what happens is they go back and they just stand tall. And then when they stand tall, they start to, when they have the golf ball right there, they start to clip it and hit it, and they're like, wow, I've never hit a golf ball like that before. And then what I found is a lot of that stuff, when you just stand up, like, this isn't, like, a plus handicapper is probably already doing this, drill's not for them, but for a high handicapper that's always kept their head down, that's never pushed into the ground, when you start to stand up and that's the only thing you're thinking of, you'll start to get speed. And then your brain's thinking, I got to go up. So what happens is it starts to shift to the front foot early. It starts to push on this leg. So we start to get that, what we say, peak vertical force, or we start to get that extension into this leg without thinking about it. The arm starts to fire because you're going up, you're pulling on this club handle. Club head starts to pass you, and all that stuff happens just because all you thought about was going up. So I think about going up. I'm starting to shift to my front leg early. All that beautiful stuff that you hear, all this sciencey stuff about, it just goes out the window, because all of a sudden now you just took all the science, all that thinking, making your head explode. You just turn this into an athletic motion, just like throwing a baseball, because when you throw a baseball, you do all that stuff and you would never even think twice about it, or you skip a stone sideways, you would never think twice about how the motions happen, you just do it. So now I get that onto the golf ball. I just think I just want to get tall. And then see, I get into this nice finish, leg goes up, ball took off. I even get that nice T spine that you see a lot of pros have when they have the club here, makes a T with their spine. I'm off my back foot, it's completely unweighted. I'm into big extension, taking the stress off my lower back. My foot started to roll forward. I just have maximum pressure on this front leg, and that ball clipped there right off the center of the face, and the only thought was, just get as tall as you can. So if you're someone that has kept their head down for years, thinking their peak, thinking I got to stay down, and they just never hit the ball far enough, and they never understood really get to that front leg, fire up, or my arms got to work down and it's got to reconnect and do all this different stuff. If you just get tall, you'll probably notice all that stuff just happened. You don't even feel it. You put yourself on camera like, wow, I just did all that stuff and I didn't even feel a thing. Give it a try. That drill for me is saving a lot of high handicappers right now from quitting this sport.